So today I want to talk about some key features on SeeSaw and the tools that you can use to edit your activities and personalize them. So first thing, we'll want to go to app.seesaw.me. App.seesaw.me will always be the URL that will take you to the SeeSaw website. So if we enter that, that will take us to this page where you have the option to choose I'm a student. Once you click that, you want to click sign in with Google. Because many of us have already signed in with Google and made our SeeSaw accounts and joined our classroom, all we need to do now is click that sign in with Google and we won't need to use any new codes. So let's say I am Abraham Lincoln, a student at Lincoln. When you log in with your browser, you should also see this option with your name. I'm going to click on that SMK12 account that I've made, and it'll take me to one of my classes. Then I can click on my icon. So let's say this is my homepage with whatever class happens to pop up first, but you want to look specifically for my class. Then you can click on your profile, and then you can scroll through and find our class. I'm going to use my Algebra Period 3 class as an example, but depending on what math class you're enrolled in for me, find that class. So let's say I get to the class, and I always want to make sure I check the activities section. The journal is a great place where everybody's videos and work are posted, but it can be really hard to find a specific activity or find a specific person's, or if you want to look at your own work. So one way to organize that is to go to activities. Once you click activities, then you might see this notification here that you have an activity that you need to do for me. So this activity notification and the fact that we're seeing something here right now means that we haven't completed that yet. And you can see that we're currently in the to-do folder. You can look at the other folders. This would have any work that you're in the middle of creating, and this folder will have anything that you are done creating that you've already turned into me. Let's go to the to-do folder and let's look at this assignment. Many of you might have already completed this, but I just want to go through again what these tools are in case you wanted to refresh your memory on that. So our task was to create a self-introduction video, and I wanted to show some of those functions that will allow you to do that directly on SeeSaw. So you always want to click the Add Response button that's directly tied to the activity. You don't want to go to the journal and click Add. You never want to do that because it's just going to get lost all the way in this journal, and I will never find it, you will never find it. So always go to Activities. For that specific activity, click Add Response. Once you go to Add Response, you should have these 6 different options for what you can do here. I'll go in and explore each one. So with photo, if you go in and you allow SeeSaw to use your camera, you can take a photo right then and there and have that be the background of whatever assignment you want to turn in. So let's take a photo. Okay, you can see that now it's in the background, and I can use any of these tools to add to them if I want. So let me show you all those different tools that you can be using for this. So let's start with the text button. With the text button, when you click it, you can enter text anything that you want. So let's say we wanted to write our name. So you would use a keyboard to type in your name, and then after you type your name, if you click somewhere else, then that makes this into an object that you can move around, a text box that you can move around. So I can move this anywhere I like. I can also change the color that I want my text to be, and I can also change what style I want my text to be written in. So you have a lot of different fonts that you can choose. And I got to this by clicking on the object, the text box, and clicking these 3 dots that pop up. So that's where I can choose my style. And I can also change that background for it to make it all a solid color or make it completely transparent. So let's say I'm satisfied with the way this looks, or actually I want this to be, one of my favorite colors is blue, so I'm going to have it this color. Another thing that we can do is make this a video. So to make this a video, I just do a voiceover over it, and then it'll record the words that I'm saying in time with whatever new items I put onto this background. So this is the video recording button. It looks like a microphone. And when I click on it, it'll give me a countdown to start recording. So let's test that out real quick. Hi, my name is Miss Chang. So you can see that it's recorded this bit of my voice, these 4 seconds in which I say, hi, my name is Miss Chang. That's been recorded. And when I clicked on that mic again just now, that paused it so that I can have time to take a break, I can have time to breathe, I can have time to add a picture if I wanted, so that it would pop up in the middle of my speech when you watch the video later. If I click the done button, that actually just completely finishes the recording, and you won't really be able to go back and edit what happened during this section. So I'm not going to click done just yet. I'm going to avoid that. Instead, I'm going to keep recording by pressing this flashing mic button again. So I'm going to keep recording, and next I'm going to talk about my favorite Pokemon. So my favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur. So if you see here, we've recorded another 2 seconds. And let's say I want to add an image to the background that we already have here. I can add it in the foreground in front of this picture. So I can click either photo to take another photo of me. If I happen to have a real Bulbasaur, I might do that, but I don't. Instead, I have a picture of it saved to my desktop that I can upload instead. So I'll click this upload button, and then because I have it saved in my desktop, I can pull that, click open, and drag that to where I want it to be. I can also resize, rotate, and lock it into place if I want to not have it be moved around by accident. I'm happy with the way it looks, so when I click record again and I start recording my voice, then it will just it'll just have Bulbasaur pop up right after I finish my previous recording. Okay, so let's say I want to add another thing to this recording. Let's say I want to add a favorite personality trait for myself. I can click the recording button again and say, a personality trait that I value in myself is calmness. And then I can use the text box or text button to bring up this text box. I can type the word calmness. I can adjust whatever color I want for it, or adjust, oops, I'm gonna delete this. Oh, perfect opportunity. That 3 buttons at the bottom, I can adjust the type of text that I like. Maybe I like this font. And then once I click out of there and click the text box again, I can drag it to wherever I want. So once I click done, that saves this as a whole video where these images and these text boxes will pop up right after each recording. So now we have the video. You can click the play button. Hi, my name is Miss Chang. My favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur. A personality trait that I value in myself is calmness. So we can check to make sure that this video has everything that we want. Then, to finish up the assignment, we would click the check mark here to officially turn it in to the teacher, or to me. Before we do that, I also want to show you some of the other things you can do on SeeSaw. So let's say we're curious about what that is. That's the current screen that we're on. That's the current screen that we see. We can add another screen to our SeeSaw assignment or add another page to it by clicking this bottom add page here, which is useful if you've recorded something but you realized you forgot something and wanted to add to it, then you can still have it within the same assignment without having to try and submit something again. So this can be an additional thing that you want to add. Or let's say the assignment I ask you to turn in has multiple pages or parts. You can use the add page to make sure that all of your pages are collected together in one single submission. So I click that add page and it'll come up completely blank. And this is good because I want to show off the sketching tools that are at the bottom of the SeeSaw webpage. So you can see here, there's an option for the pencil tool. The pencil tool is different from the pen tool in that the pencil tool is slightly thinner in the way that it writes. If you have a stylus or a touchscreen device, that works best because you have finer control over this. I find it a little difficult to use the drawing with a mouse and trackpad, so I understand if people don't use this function as often. So let's say I wanted to write an equation. So I've done that by selecting this color and making sure this pencil tool was clicked. I can activate the pen tool by clicking on it, and I can adjust the color that I want, and I can write something else to see the difference. This is the highlighter tool, so if there's anything important that you want to emphasize, you can also do that so that it attracts the attention. And then lastly, there's the eraser tool, which you can use to erase some fine parts of the work. Let's say we didn't like the way that this plus sign looked, so we just want to erase that. And then we can write it over again. And I also want to erase the speck. So you can see that the eraser tool allows you to be a little bit more detailed. Otherwise, if you just really didn't like what you did, you can click this reverse button or undo. And that may be a little bit easier to delete entire things. So you see with the back button, I even deleted the new page. So be careful of how we use that, but if we don't add anything else, we can still do the redo button to get some of the work back. Okay, so that's pretty much all of the functions that I wanted to cover today. Again, if you have any questions about this video or anything you're seeing here, please let me know. You can send me an email, show up to my office hours, or ask me during class. I hope this helped.